Now on CoastTV News.
It's a frosty, cold January morning across Delmarva. Temperatures beginning in the 20s and 30s. A chilly week ahead with rain and wind with a coastal storm over the weekend. I'll talk about the impacts coming up.
So it's a little disappointing that we have to come back and ask for more operational support.
Some of the reaction in Milford due to a lack of law enforcement. This after receiving a new police station, the concern over the cause for a small staff.
Dollars for dunes, the increased demand for beach replenishment along our coast, and the challenge to pay for it.
Biden back at the White House. He returns from a tropical vacation while Israel takes out a top Hamas terrorist leader.
This is CoastTV News Today.
And welcome to our 6 o'clock hour. Good morning. I'm Matt Pensick.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Paige Marley. It is Wednesday, January 3rd, 2024.
Okay, I'm going to hump day. First time I get to say it in 2024. I know that's a cause for celebration.
Yes.
It is the first hump day of the new year. And
love it.
If you're keeping score at home, I know some of you are.
Yes, I am. I was waiting for you to say it all day. Some Wednesdays when he doesn't say it, Bob and I are like,
oh, really?
Yeah, we actually do.
I know. I feel like I overuse it sometimes.
I think it gets me excited because it's okay. We're halfway through the week, although today...
It's Friday Eve.
Yeah. Oh, see, the positivity today is just amazing. You said it earlier. You know who's the most positive guy on television?
That's that guy we call the scientist, Bob Trihey, our first alert meteorologist.
Good morning, Bob.
Good morning, guys. Yeah, we are looking at a chilly, frosty start on this January 3rd morning. Temperatures out the door cold, 20s and lower 30s. Delmar 25 in Redden, 28 in Milton, and even frosty along the coast. Bethany Beach are at 29, 30 in Rehoboth Beach right now. And thankfully, the winds are calm or very, very light. So the wind chill is not a factor. It feels like temperature pretty much the same as the actual temperature. That said, bundle up. Hat, gloves, scarves, the whole deal as we're looking at mostly clear skies, just some high clouds floating through right now, and that'll be the case during the day as we have high pressure in place. So futurecast this morning, we're going to be scraping frost for a while. It's going to be a chilly day, still in the 30s mid-morning, and throughout the day we'll be seeing those high clouds floating through and a few more of those high clouds into this afternoon with highs in the mid-40s, and then thickening clouds this evening, temperatures falling back into the 30s and 40s. Your drive cast looking good. Morning commute, I gave it the green light. Cold and dry, good visibility. And then for the afternoon commute, also the green light, dry and chilly, and temperatures in the 40s.
All right, thanks a lot, Bob. We got developing news out of Milford. That's where the police department is facing a staffing shortage, and officials there say it is concerned about the city's new police station. Police Chief Cecilia Ash says the department continues to work with the bare minimum of people on the phones. This comes shortly after the opening of the new police building. According to city officials, the facility also caused a proposed property tax increase of 5.3%. So we went to Milford to better understand how this news is being received. And, well, here's what one man told us.
It spent $19 million on the station, and so the taxpayers already anteed up some to give the police support. So it's a little disappointing that we have to come back and ask for more operational support.
Some of these police positions are expected to be discussed at the next Milford City Council meeting on January 8th.
A 21-year-old woman this morning facing felony charges after an alleged hate crime against employees at a Laurel restaurant. Delaware State Police say this all started when Ayanna Winstead placed an order over the phone at Taco Chabalita on December 29th. Now, according to the agency, a 43-year-old family member went to pick up that order and was disorderly with the staff about it. Troopers say Winstead called the restaurant later to argue about the order and made racial statements towards the staff and threatened to shoot them and blow up the restaurant. Winstead was charged for a hate crime, which is a felony, and 4 counts of terroristic threatening. The family member was charged with disorderly conduct and second-degree criminal trespass.
Business of marijuana in Georgetown could involve zoning changes. This will be reviewed at an upcoming public hearing. Retail marijuana establishments for selling, manufacturing, and testing could be zoned in specific commercial and industrial districts. It's back in November, the possibility of allowing marijuana businesses such as dispensaries and cultivation centers within town limits was discussed, but an ordinance would not allow for more than 2 marijuana dispensaries within town limits. Again, this public hearing is set for January 17th.
A 15-day public input period opens today to help the Delaware Clean Water Trust Oversight Committee make a strategic plan. According to DENREC, the committee wants to know which water quality improvements Delawareans think should be funded through the Delaware Clean Water Act. The agency saying the Clean Water Trust includes funding for infrastructure for drinking water, stormwater and wastewater, beach preservation, and many more. Now, the trust also works with Governor Carney's Clean Water Initiative for underserved communities. We have a link for the input form on CoastTV.com.
Potential changes for Milton. This deals with expanding the town. On February 3rd, the town will hold a special referendum to decide on incorporating approximately 50 acres of land between Shingle Point Road and Harbison Road. Voting takes place at the Milton Fire Department from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. If you can't vote in person, absentee ballots are available until February 2nd.
Coast towns have relied on beach replenishment to restore beaches after storms for years, but how do we keep paying for it? Well, that's being questioned by DENREC now, an agency study up for discussion in Rehoboth Beach, and it explores the economic benefits of beach nourishment and new ways to fund it. DENREC says costs are rising and the demand for beach nourishment is increasing. One store employee in the city says beach nourishment is needed to keep bringing in visitors.
We are the tourist town of the entire state, not just the county. So that's the reason people come here. People come from all over, neighboring states and even the entire country, just to come here.
DENREC says there will be a public meeting for people to attend and give their input. That study on January 18th.
Making improvements in Milton. This involves the trail crossing at Federal Street. Town could vote on recommendations from the Streets and Sidewalks Committee at its next council meeting. Recommendations deal with safety for pedestrians and bicyclists, including reducing the crossing distance for trail users and reducing driver's speed through visual lane narrowing. And again, this meeting is scheduled for Monday, January 8th.
Some breaking news overnight. President Biden back from his vacation in St. Croix. According to the White House press office, there are no events scheduled for Biden today, and his return to the White House occurring on the same day Israel took significant action against Hamas.
And we're going to take you live now to Israel. This is a view of Gaza. This is the southern part of Israel. You can see it's pretty calm right there now. Again, this part of the world, 7 hours ahead of us, so it's just after 1 p.m. there. And Israel's response to those brutal terrorist attacks by Hamas back on October 7th, starting to reach beyond its borders. Analysts worries if the conflict becomes regional, it could send shipping and oil prices soaring.
And that could be more pain at the pump. Amy Kiley shows us now the recent events behind those worries.
This is a tinderbox right now.
Fears are growing the Israel-Hamas war will spread and oil prices will rise.
It shows Hamas that the Israelis will target Hamas leaders wherever they are, not just in Gaza, but across the region and indeed across the world.
A U.S. official says Israel is behind the assassination of Hamas deputy leader Salah al-Aruri in Lebanon yesterday. His death has extremists in that country calling for revenge.
Hezbollah announced that it will retaliate for this assassination.
This is the kind of thing that the Biden administration has been worried about.
That could spread the conflict north of Israel, just as the situation is also heating up to the south. Iran is stationing a naval vessel in the Red Sea after the U.S. sank 3 Houthi boats there. That group has Iran's backing, and it's threatening the vital trade route.
Confronting an entire carrier strike group from the United States is just, it has the potential for explosive activity.
If oil tankers can't get through the Red Sea, they might have to take longer, more expensive journeys. That could increase the cost of oil and drive up prices at the pump. I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
And we are just getting started in this hour of Coast TV News Today.
Yeah, coming up, proposed speed limit change in the Isle of White Bay. The reason a decrease in speed is being requested.
Also, dredging delayed for the Lewis-Rehoboth Canal. We're telling you the new expected date of completion for this project.
And box office bounce back. We'll tell you the blockbusters that made big impacts in a theater revival this year. All of that and more as Coast TV News Today continues.
When you visit the Delmarva Design Center, you'll experience a selection of appliances, cabinetry, countertops, tile, and flooring all together in one showroom. The 10,000 square foot location has a variety of inspiring samples for any project size or budget. Your dedicated product experts and designers collaborate to bring your dream project to life. Come and see what the kitchen industry buzz is all about. Experience the Delmarva Design Center in Selbyville, Delaware, serving all of Delmarva's coast.
We traveled the country and the world looking for cool gems and antiques just for you. Bringing a unique collection of items for the most interesting store at the beach. Here at Buddhas and Beads, we also buy estate jewelry, costume jewelry, gold and silver, or any antiques. We're always looking to build our collection. We buy one piece or an entire estate. We got a super cool shop, great prices, and we pay the most for your gold and silver. Come on in to Buddhas and Beads on Rehoboth Avenue.
Hi, Chef Daniel Green here with my Bionic Blade, the new handheld blender that's rechargeable, so you can make a fast, healthy shake anywhere. It has the motor and blades built right into the lid, so blend a shake at the gym, make pina coladas by poolside, or grind coffee beans for an iced cold brew on the go.
Get the Bionic Blade for just $29.99 with free shipping. You'll also get 2 sipping lids, a second container, and the sports lid. Get it all for just $29.99. Order now.
When choosing windows and doors for your home, at Pella, it's your choice. We manufacture maintenance-free vinyl, fiberglass, and wood-clad windows and patio doors, all with lifetime warranties. High performance, energy efficient, and loaded with options to help make your house your home. Industry-first features and benefits make living easier and increase your home's value. Visit our Experience Center or call us today to schedule your free in-home consultation, where we bring the showroom to you.
6:11 on this frosty start on this January morning. Hershey exteriors, Cam, looking, well, brisk. 33 in Ocean City. So you're right around that freezing mark along the beaches. Even colder now. Bethany Beach and Rehoboth, 29. So, wow, yeah, it's cold everywhere. 30 in Millsboro, 26 Seaford, 25 in Del Mar right now. And the winds are calm. That means we have a lot of frost out there. So leave extra time to scrape the frost, warm up the car, and get that coffee maker going. We're looking at mostly clear skies right now, just a few clouds floating through with high pressure building in. So we're looking at a good looking day. Runners, it's going to be brisk for you. At least the winds are light, and we've got some clouds, temperatures in the 30s and 40s. So bundle up and make sure you're wearing that reflective clothing as well.
Attempting to move forward with a cleanup proposal of the Bronkiln Sportsman Club. Now, this is located in the prime hook near the intersection of Deep Branch Road and Route 1. DENREC has opened a public comment period. The site is historically operated as a shooting range. According to DENREC, the site is undergoing soil excavation to reduce lead contamination. Future use of the site will be restricted to non-residential purposes with limits on groundwater use. And the public comments are being accepted until January 9th. Got a traffic advisory for drivers in Seaford going into effect next week. North Street between Liberty Street and Wolford Street will be closed. City says work is taking place Monday, January 8th to February, January 12th. It's a daily closure from 6:30 a.m. to 5 p.m., and a contractor will be working on the storm water system.
First, Americans were beginning to cut the cord, but now it appears more and more people are canceling their streaming services. Now, this has forced companies like Hulu, Netflix, and other streamers to bundle their products, offer discounts, or run ads to keep their businesses profitable. About 25% of subscribers have canceled at least 3 of the most popular streaming services over the past 2 years. Now, the movie industry, not having too many problems, has 9 billion reasons now to be happy. That's how many dollars, 9 billion, in case you didn't hear, that last year's domestic box office earned. It's all according to ComScore. Analysts there say 2023's total is the highest movie sales reached since the pandemic. Among the big hits at theaters last year, can you guess? Yes, exactly. You were right. Barbie and Oppenheimer. They collected $636 million and $626 million in sales, respectively. Still more to come this morning. Dredging for the Lewis-Rehoboth Canal not going to be finished when you expected. We'll tell you why one person believes however long it takes, the project is still needed.
We're seeing starry skies on this frosty, cold morning. Gutter helmet cam. Look at the pretty skies. Yeah, Paige is enjoying that for sure. Ocean View right now, 29 degrees. We've got a chilly week and then rain and wind for the weekend with a coastal storm and a series of storms on the way. I'll talk about those, the timing and the impacts coming up.
From empty nester to first home, Accessible Home Builders does it all.
It was great working with Scott at Accessible Builders. He called us every Monday and asked us to come over to the house at each step of the way during the construction of our home.
It was pretty unique working with Scott because not only is he the owner, but he was working in here hands-on with his employees and really just trying to make our vision come to life.
Design your dream home with Accessible Home Builders.
Start the new year off generously by giving to those in need on Delmarva. Coast Country and Spicer Brothers is hosting our winter clothing drive on Saturday, January 27th from the North Salisbury Wawa parking lot. Stop by from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. to donate new or gently used coats, blankets, or any warm clothing for those who need it most this winter. Join us on January 27th and make a difference in 2024. Coast Country Cares, brought to you by Spicer Brothers.
16 years ago, we founded Community Bank Delaware with the goal of providing high-quality banking services to our local community. Here you meet with decision makers, people just like you who live in and love this community. We provide the newest banking technologies to our customers, supported by our local team of banking professionals. Our bank serves clients throughout Sussex County, and we continue to grow, all thanks to you. Community Bank Delaware, where community matters.
Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner.
Allergies aren't fun for anyone, especially when they work their way into your home. A professional air duct cleaning from Stanley Steamer can dramatically improve indoor air quality and significantly reduce indoor allergens. Installing our whole home purification system Restore will even help prevent the spread of airborne viruses and bacteria. If you want to significantly reduce allergy triggers in your home, call or go online to book a free inspection today.
Okay, we're at 6:16 a.m. on this Wednesday morning. In the middle of your screen, you're checking out the live scene in Seaford. We're still in a calm stretch here, but Bob, you are tracking something different for the weekend.
Absolutely. In fact, we're looking at a series of storms. Matt, our pattern will start to get active. We're looking at storm number 1 for the weekend, and then storm number 2, Tuesday and Wednesday. But let's focus on the first one first, and also want to mention, too, to scan the QR code to download the Coast TV weather app. You want to track the storm as well on your app as we go into the weekend. It will be a weekend coastal storm. Is it a mammoth monster storm? I don't think so, but we're still looking at rain and wind, probably in excess of an inch of rain and winds 35 to 40 miles per hour. Right now, we're thinking it's going to track right along the coast. So as that happens, that'll be sucking in that warmer air off the Atlantic Ocean with the easterly wind and keeping our precipitation in the form of rain. And that means coastal impacts, flooding, and maybe some beach erosion as well. You bayside communities, coastal communities, you know what I'm talking about. Some inundation, maybe a half foot to a foot of water. That's what we're looking at. But it looks like the snow right now stays to our west and north. Temperatures are cold enough to snow right now, but we have clear skies. 25 in Delmar, 25 in Seaford, 28 in Milton, 29 in Rehoboth, and 29 in Bethany Beach. If it was snowing at that temperature, it would be a powdery light snow, but we're looking at mainly clear skies, light winds. Feels like temperatures right now as cold as 24 in Milford, and we have the mostly clear skies, just some high clouds floating through right now. We've got high pressure in place, so that's keeping us nice and quiet today. But there is another system developing along the Texas Gulf Coast, and this will be tracking off the North Carolina coast to our south, and we'll be on the northern fringe of that with clouds. So as we go through today, we're in the 30s and eventually low 40s by noon. We'll be in and out of those cirrus clouds. I think we're topping out in the mid-40s this afternoon. Clouds increase this evening and then into the overnight as that storm passes to our south. And on Thursday, we could ring out a sprinkle, but behind that storm, we're looking at northwest winds kicking in. And it's going to be a very chilly afternoon and evening. So let's focus on the series of storms. The first one kind of grazes us as we go into Thursday. The second one is the one we're watching for the weekend that comes up the coast. Easterly wind, rain for much of Delmarva. I-90 I-95, that's where we could be seeing the snow. D.C., Philly, back into New York and Long Island, maybe 4 to 8 inches of snow there. Sunday morning ends as a chilly rain, maybe a little bit of snow into Kent and Newcastle County, but I think we're remaining pretty much in the form of rain. Then maybe even a stronger system builds in on Tuesday into Wednesday. This one looks like a soaker, so a lot of rain is on the way. Here's your Paul Davis 7-day forecast. Dry through Friday. Friday's the coldest day, 41. And then for the weekend, we have the rain and wind with middle 40s. We get a break on Monday, 47. And then it's warmer on Tuesday, 55. But I think the rain is heavier. So I think that will be the more significant system of the two.
Some exciting changes coming to public transportation in the first state. A comprehensive transit study by DART is set to wrap up soon. According to the Department of Transportation, feedback from statewide workshops on the Reimagine network has been overwhelmingly positive. The department says 75% of people believe the study will improve current DART services. The final report and implementation plan for the DART Reimagine study are expected later this month.
Well, staying on the topic of public transportation and making it more accessible in Georgetown, the Delaware Transit Corporation has just received approval to upgrade the existing transit hub. Renovation plan features a number of ADA-compliant boarding areas, improved drainage security upgrades, and real-time bus information displays. Despite current legal and environmental discussions with the property owner, Norfolk Southern, the corporation says it is committed to advancing this project for the community.
And we have some more on the Delaware Transit Corporation. Over $5 million grant is set to help transform the Rehoboth Park and Ride into a cutting-edge, eco-friendly transportation hub. According to the Department of Transportation, this upgrade includes a new passenger canopy with real-time information displays, a sustainable microgrid powered by solar energy, public EV charging stations, and an electric bus facility. These improvements also include improved pedestrian and bike access, extra parking, and overall a better site layout.
Continuing on a story that we've been covering, it's the delay of the dredging for the Lewis-Rehoboth Canal. It won't be complete until the end of this month. It was supposed to already be wrapped up after work began in October. We went to Lewis to learn if there is a concern about the delay, and here's what one boater tells us.
It could be a good thing for the canal fishing, stir it up a little bit, maybe we'll get some new growth in there. I have an idea it's not going to affect the fishing in the canal at all.
And the dredging will take place every day from 7 a.m. until 7 p.m.
The Daisy family looking to renovate another home in Lewis. Now, you may recall last year, this family faced some pushback on its plans to demolish its dated and once renovated family property, with the city citing historic district codes. The Daisies felt that the renovations that were done in the 90s negated the historical value. Now, according to the city, the home is located on Coleman Avenue, and the Historic Preservation Architectural Review Commission now looking to see if the family can renovate the home or if they need to schedule a public hearing for it. This meeting is set for tomorrow at 6 p.m. to discuss the historical status of that property.
Well, still ahead, proposed boating speed limit change. We'll tell you about a possible expansion of a lower limit area off the coast of Maryland. Don't go anywhere on Coast TV News today.
Download the DSN app today, driven by Preston Automotive Group.
Shift gears for success with the DSN Scholar Athlete Award, brought to you by your Salisbury Honda dealer.
Each month we'll award a $1,000 scholarship to a Delmarva High School senior who excels in sports and in the classroom.
It's tap tone.
Oh, what a hit! They must have at least a B average or higher and a drive for good sportsmanship.
Nominate your champion today on the Features tab on DelmarvaSportsNetwork.com.
The DSN Scholar Athlete, driven by your Salisbury Honda dealer.
What do you do when your tire goes flat and there's no air anywhere? You reach for Bullseye Pro, the smarter, faster, hands-free way to fill it up with air. Bullseye Pro is equipped with a rechargeable power plant, smart pressure sensor, and custom nozzles. It's like the power of an air compressor in the palm of your hand. Get your complete Bullseye Pro inflation system for just $79.99 and get free shipping. Plus, we'll give you a 50% discount on a second one. Order now.
Dear Food Line, thanks for all the food. The food pantry lady says you give them boxes of fresh stuff all the time. My mama and me made the best dinner ever. After I said that to her, she started crying. But my mom said that can happen if you make someone really happy.
Thanks for making her really happy. P.S. Please put in less veggies next time.
Here to fill tables and hearts with hope. Food Lion Feeds. Here for every moment.
Hey moms, you know those unforgettable face palms? Those moments that leave us both laughing and sighing. They're not just mishaps, there are shared stories. Share your unique mom moments with us. Go to coastlife.com/mom.
Next Jeopardy!
We took a photo.
I was looking good, you were looking good. I put it on my dating app profile. You've got a lot of fans out there.
Wednesday at 7:30 on CoastTV.
Attention Ocean City beach bus riders. The current Translock bus tracking service app is going to start functioning this month. Brand new beach app is on its way. It's set for release in February for both Android and Apple devices, along with a new web-based tracking option. Town is saying they are apologizing for any inconvenience during this period, and they are working to limit service disruptions.
Ocean City's mayor and city council are calling for proposals from qualified vendors for the Convention Center Life Safety Improvements Project. This project is to add safety upgrades to the convention center. The town says that interested parties can obtain bid documents from the town's procurement department, and a key pre-bid meeting is scheduled for January 25th with a site walkthrough to follow. Those final bids are due by February 26th.
Expanding the area for boating speed limit off the Maryland coast. The current 6-knot speed limit's in effect at all times for the Isle of Wight Bay. Maryland Department of Natural Resources says it's received a request to extend the current area, and they're now taking public comments on this. The agency says the requester attributes an increased number of boaters in the summer that created excessive and what they're calling dangerous wake. Comment period closes January 29th. We do have a link to weigh in on this on coasttv.com.
A voluntary right whale slow zone in Ocean City now in place. NOAA saying the presence of right whales was detected, so boaters are being asked avoid those areas or pass through at speeds of 10 knots or less. The slow zone will remain in effect through January 8th.
And First Alert meteorologist Bob Tridy back with us. And Bob, we were talking during the break. This is another day where we probably won't get out of or close to 50 degrees.
I think we'll get close in a lot of places, Matt and Paige. I think we'll get close, especially farther south, down Delmarva into Maryland and into Virginia. But in Delaware, I think we're stuck in the 40s, 47, Georgetown, Laurel, and Seaford, even colder along the coast. Dover around 45, Eastern Shore of Maryland, Cambridge 47, Federalsburg 47, Vienna 47, and close to 50 around Pocomoke City, 47 in Crisfield and Chincoteague 49, and Salisbury around 49 degrees. But then we're back into the even colder weather by the end of the week, and then we've got those series of storms coming our way starting this weekend. I'll have more in your forecast coming up.
Looking forward to it, Bob. Thank you so much. Also, coming up after the break, a senior Hamas leader has been killed, according to NBC News. We'll tell you the conflicting views on who is responsible.
We also have House Speaker Mike Johnson to visit the U.S. border today as the illegal migration crisis continues to grow.
And more money for Milford Police. We'll tell you about the latest request amid the opening of its new police station. Coast TV News Today will be right back.
See the beauty of Delmarva from a bird's eye view soaring over the shore. Mondays on Coast TV News at 6. Brought to you by Morse Roofing and Siding.
Born in the stars, formed in the earth, shaped by designers around the world, and curated by Khalsa Jewelers in Lewis. Paul Chen, also known as Sundar Khalsa, is a meditation and yoga master as well as the owner of Khalsa Jewelers.
We are Khalsa Jewelers, offer signature pieces that represents the beauty, the love, and also the celebration of our life. Find your piece in historic Lewis, Rehoboth Beach, Instagram, and Facebook.
Have you ever felt leg pain, restlessness, cramps, tingling, swelling, numbness? If you've ever experienced the warning signs of bad circulation, then you need Legzercise Pro, the natural circulation booster that uses continuous automatic leg movement to soothe pain and promote healthy circulation the natural drug-free way. Soothe pain and calm restless legs. Reduce swelling in your legs, ankles, and feet and stimulate healthy circulation. Stay active with Legzercise Pro.
Get your year of more in 2024 with Tamron Hall.
And on the next Tamron Hall, what does Amber Rose want more of in 2024? For the world to know her, the real her.
I'm just ready for people to just get to know Amber.
It's Amber Rose, raw and unfiltered, what she says the world is still getting wrong about her, from her life as a mom, co-parenting with Wiz Khalifa, to what's next. It's Amber Rose like you've never seen before, next Tamron Hall.
Wednesday at 3 on CoastTV.
Old trucks, young love, and Saturday night. Now I wanna love somebody like you.
Keep on telling yourself I'm not pretty.
103.9 and 106.3. We're local, we're Coast Country, and we're Delmarva proud.
This is Coast TV News Today.
January 3rd, 2023. Good morning, everybody. I'm Matt Pensick. Good morning, Paige.
Good morning. I'm Paige Marley, 2024.
Oh, my God.
I gotcha.
All right, well, can we just go to Bob right now?
Sorry, I saw it coming up in the prompter, and I'm like, I wanted to warn you, but I didn't have time.
I'm not there yet. I'm still in 2020. I'm living my 2023 life.
It happens to all of us. I'm pretty sure I said it last hour. Maybe, I can't tell. So,
All
we're all stuck in 2023. It's only been 3 days.
Yeah.
You have a pass.
Maybe there's a grace.
There's a grace period. There is.
I apologize. It is 2024, folks.
It's okay. Hey, let's bring in Bob.
Yeah,
now.
let's just go right to Bob.
Let's just go to Bob. Hey, Bob.
Save us here.
Hey, you know what? Don't feel bad, Matt. I did the same thing, filling out my forecast sheet 2023. Just put the 4 right over it. Takes a little while to adjust, but we'll get there. We're looking at frosty conditions this morning. It is downright cold. 24 Selbyville, 25 Delmar, Seaford, Redden 25. These are actual temperatures, so it is very, very cold. Even along the coast, we're below freezing right now with 20s and lower 30s. Thankfully, the winds are calm, so we're not really dealing with a wind chill per se, but still bundle up out the door. Feeling like 20s and 30s, hats, gloves, scarves, the whole deal. As we're looking at mostly clear skies, we have some high clouds that are moving through, just some high cirrus clouds, a little disturbance. Otherwise, it's high pressure giving us the cold weather, but also the clouds from time to time today. We'll see some filtered sunshine. By noon, lower 40s, mid 40s as we go into the afternoon for highs, and then clouds increase and chilly into this evening. For the kiddos at the bus stop, it's going to be cold. Off to school, 28, even colder in some interior areas, and heading home still very chilly with a temperature of 45.
All right, Bob, thank you so much. Milford now has a bigger and better police station, but they still need to fill more staff. The police chief, Cecilia Ash, has requested for 4 additional dispatchers and a crime analyst, and this all comes as a result of staffing needs assessment that Ash began conducting just shortly after she was hired last year.
Yeah, but Paige, more personnel requires more money.
Yeah.
Coast TV's Tori Seagrave shows us how this decision could mean another property tax increase.
The new Milford Police Department is now up and running, but the police say they are running short on dispatchers, positions that the city's finance committee says could ultimately lead to more funding from another property tax increase. Emily Crosser says anything to support the local police.
There is crime moving in, so the good thing is that if they get more staffing, especially crime analysis and more dispatchers, they'll be able to help whoever calls faster and be able to keep everything in-house to be able to help the people of Milford.
Police Chief Ash says many calls for help in Milford come directly to the station as opposed to dialing 911. She says this culture is good, but comes with a need for more staff. However, Emmett Vanette, who owns 3 properties in the city, says the proposed over 5% increase in property taxes is too much too soon.
We just spent $19 million on the station, and so the taxpayers already anteed up some to give the police support. So it's a little disappointing that we have to come back and ask for more operational support.
But Police Chief Ash hopes to find other solutions to funding the positions without a tax hike.
I feel confident that we can put stopgap measures in with 2 of the dispatchers to address the current issues within communications, and that's just where we have to be really creative in their scheduling.
2 of the dispatcher positions are expected to be discussed at the City Council meeting on January 8th, and the other 2 dispatcher positions, as well as the crime analyst position, are expected to be discussed at future budget hearing meetings in the spring. I'm Tori Seagraves in Milford, Coast TV News.
And we're going to go to our Coast TV poll. We want to know, is the new police building there in Milford effective without adequate staff?
Let's see what you all think. So far, 55% of you say yes, it is still effective without the adequate staff. You're thinking, it's a starting point. It'll grow. But 45% of you say, no, it's not. But that's okay. Actually, that gap between the votes got a little larger since the last hour.
Yep.
We checked in. More of you voting yes. If you haven't voted yet, you still can. Head to coasttvnews.com or our mobile app.
Okay, we're going to stay in Milford, where preparations are underway for the municipal election on April 27th. It is set for 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. On the ballot, office of mayor and council persons. These are 2-year terms. The deadline to file for mayor and city council is February 27th at 4:30 p.m. Voter registration through the state of Delaware ends on March 28th.
The town of Bridgeville has announced the candidate filing deadline for its 2024 municipal elections. That is set to take place March 2nd. The town currently looking for candidates in districts 2, 3, and 5. Interested candidates must live in Bridgeville and have been a Delaware voter for at least 1 year by the election date in March. Written letters of intent are due to the commission president or the secretary by 4 p.m. February 2nd. And voter registration must be complete by February 20th.
I got some troubling allegations in this story. A 21-year-old woman is facing a felony after an alleged hate crime against employees at a Laurel restaurant. Delaware State Police say this all started when Ayana Winstead placed an order over the phone at Taco Chabalita on December 29th. Now, according to State Police, a 43-year-old family member went to pick it up and was disorderly with the staff about the order. Troopers say Winstead then called the restaurant to argue about the order, making racial statements towards the staff, threatening to shoot them, and also blowing up the restaurant. Winstead was charged for hate crime, which is a felony, and 4 counts of terroristic threatening. A family member was charged with disorderly conduct and second-degree criminal trespass. Happening today, House Speaker Mike Johnson will head to the U.S.-Mexico border accompanied by GOP lawmakers. The group plans to visit Eagle Pass, Texas, and hold a press conference on the Biden administration's border policies. Last month, authorities at the southern border encountered a record number of illegal migrants, setting a record that dates back to 2000.
NBC News has learned that a senior Hamas leader has been killed in Lebanon by a drone strike. 2 other members of Hamas were also reportedly killed and several others injured in that strike. Now, Lebanon and Hamas, they're both blaming Israel for the strike, but Israel has not taken any responsibility.
Got more news to get to in this final half hour. Don't go anywhere.
Coming up, plan alternative travel as the Woodland Ferry set to close early. We're telling you when you need to make those plans.
Also, high school girls hoops from Tuesday night. I got it there. Sussex Tech looks to start the new year with a win. Stay with us on Coast TV News today.
We salute John Simpson, a devout father, grandfather, and great-grandfather, for his dedicated and honorable service to the state of Delaware and the United States of America. His unwavering commitment during times of peace, conflict, and war has left an indelible mark on our nation. Honorably discharged in April 1968, his legacy of bravery and selflessness continues to inspire us. Today, John enjoys a well-deserved retirement, surrounded by love and admiration in Lewis, Delaware, where his story of service and sacrifice lives on.
Spicer Brothers and Coast TV are honoring military persons and first responders serving Delmarva. If you have a family member, friend, or community member that you would like to nominate for a Coast TV salute, go to coasttvsalutes.com.
Purchasing diamond jewelry or any jewelry, remember Robinsons, where we sell only earth-grown diamonds, not the fake lab-created whose values have dropped. Robinsons Jewelers can design or repair any jewelry, as Robinsons is the largest jewelry store on Delmarva with 8 jewelers on staff. Although we are known for being coin and clock experts, we want you to know we are the expert jewelers of Delmarva. Chain repairs to ring sizings to custom-made engagement rings, Robinsons is your jewelry expert.
To learn more about Robinsons family of business, the coin and jewelry experts, visit Delmarva Experts on WBOC.com.
What do you do when your tire goes flat and there's no air anywhere? You reach for Bullseye Pro, the smarter, faster, hands-free way to fill it up with air. Bullseye Pro is equipped with a rechargeable power plant, smart pressure sensor, and custom nozzles. It's like the power of an air compressor in the palm of your hand. Get your complete Bullseye Pro inflation system for just $79.99 and get free shipping. Plus, we'll give you a 50% discount on a second one. Order now.
Coverage on the road, in your community, along the coast. The IG Burton First Alert Weather Jeep, live on the street, day or night. From breaking news to weather in your town. The IG Burton First Alert Weather Jeep, coverage you can count on.
Get your year of more in 2024 with Tamron Hall.
And on the next Tamron Hall, what does Amber Rose want more of in 2024? For the world to know her, the real her.
I'm just ready for people to just get to know Amber.
It's Amber Rose, raw and unfiltered, what she says the world is still getting wrong about her. From her life as a mom, co-parenting with Wiz Khalifa, to what's next. It's Amber Rose like you've never seen before. Next Tamron Hall.
Wednesday at 3 on CoastTV.
Hey moms, you know those unforgettable face palms? Those moments that leave us both laughing and sighing. They're not just mishaps, there are shared stories. Share your unique mom moments with us. Go to coastlife.com/mom.
6:39 on this brightening, frosty, cold morning. Here's our Tinsel's Casual Furniture Cam. A little jittery. Don't worry, we're not getting an earthquake. We're looking at a beautiful sunrise. Some cirrus clouds. Look at all the frost. We've got temperatures in the 20s and 30s. Laurel right now, 27, 24 in Selbyville, 25 in Redden. So really, really cold, even freezing along the coast right now. Thankfully, the winds are calm. And once again, we have mostly clear skies and just a few clouds floating through. And we're looking at a pretty nice day. Along the boardwalk, bundle up, walk rapidly. Temperatures in the 20s, only warming to the 30s and 40s through the morning with some sunshine and light winds.
Some cold temperatures, Bob. All right. Well, a chance for farmers to learn about safety water systems. The Produce Safety Water Systems Workshop is being held on February 14th at the Delaware State Fairgrounds. The Department of Agriculture says this will take place in the Ag Commodities Building. It's next to the Kemp Barn, if you're familiar with the layout there in Harrington. During the workshop, you will learn about common water systems on produce farms, how they relate to the Food Safety Modernization Act Produce Safety Rule. You'll also have the opportunity to hear from industry experts and engage on hands-on activities. By attending the workshop, you can also receive one pesticides credit.
DelDOT has announced the early closure of the Woodland Ferry happening later this week, today and tomorrow. The ferry will be closing early for the day. It'll be at 11:30 a.m.
The Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Good morning, sports fans. To a top matchup in the first date last night in girls basketball, the Del Mar Wildcats traveling to Sussex Tech and hoping to bounce back after falling to Lake Forest in their last game, while the Ravens were looking for their fourth win of the season, and this one was a defensive slugfest. Score 13-9 Ravens a couple minutes into the second half, but Del Mar's Layla Brown would spark some scoring, getting a tough bank shot to drop in, and the lead's down to 2. A few minutes later, lead down to 1. Wildcats' first shot at the lead clanks off. They get an offensive board. Second take, no good. Another board. And the third take, no good. But then Brown lays it in. Nice effort from Del Mar right there. A couple possessions later, Tech in transition. Araya Knox zips in a dime to Yasmin Johnson. Her layup rolls home, plus the foul. Nice vision on display there. And the Ravens are back with the lead. Wildcats down 3 now, and Nevaeh Scott flips it up to Yanni Hunt. The shot is off, but Scott does not hesitate to bury the putback J. Lead back down to 1. Final moments of the third. Del Mar with possession, but Tayani Bibbins changes that, leading to a fast break and dishing it off to Johnson, who finishes the sequence. Ravens up 2 heading to the fourth. Same score now. Bibbins secures a loose ball, and she decides to take it right through the Wildcat defense, sends up a layup, and it falls, plus the foul. And Tech takes it 35-21. That'll do it for sports. Have a great day.
All righty. We are looking at our Tinsel's Casual Furniture Cam. Laurel right now, 27 degrees. We're looking at increasing sunshine as we go through the morning and a few high clouds. It'll be a beautiful day, but we have a series of storms on the way. The first one comes this weekend with rain and wind, and then a series of storms after that. I'll break down the impacts coming up next.
Turn on Bionic Spotlight Extreme 360, the motion-activated home defense light that looks just like a security camera. It detects even the slightest motion and automatically triggers 6 ultra-bright LED high beams. Call or go online and order your Bionic Extreme 360 for just $19.99. Plus, get free shipping on your entire order.
To order, call 1-800-316-1548 or go online to buybionic360.com. Call now.
Transform your outdoor space with Backyard Works. We are Sussex County's one call for all your fence, deck, handrail, pergolas, shower, and trash enclosure needs. Locally owned and operated, we make all our vinyl and aluminum fence right here in Harbison, Delaware, from American-made manufacturers. Cut out the middleman and deal direct. As a TimberTech Platinum Deck dealer, our trained team will professionally install your deck that will last a lifetime. Give us a call and let us make your backyard work.
Hey moms, you know those unforgettable face palms? Those moments that leave us both laughing and sighing. They're not just mishaps, there are shared stories. Share your unique mom moments with us. Go to coastlife.com/mom.
Keep up with local sports all from one app. From your mobile device to Fire Stick, Roku, and Apple TV. Download the DSN app today. Driven by Preston Automotive Group.
NBC News Daily, weekdays at 1 on Coast TV.
Middays with me, April Brilliant. It's a feel-good show on your radio.
April is the easiest way to get through your workday.
She can play your favorite song.
She can help you find your furry friend.
The easiest way to get through your workday is with April.
She really makes you feel special.
Hey friends, hang out with me weekdays here on Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3 each day from 10 to 3.
It is 6:45 on this Wednesday morning. We're going to take a live look right now at Ocean City. The sun's starting to get, or the sky is starting to get a little purple touch, huh, Bob? Because the sun's coming up, but still want to have your ice scraper this morning.
Oh, yes.
Probably.
Yeah, absolutely. Need the ice scraper, warm up the car page. And we are seeing the skies beginning to brighten, as you can see there. Sun's not up till about another half hour or so, and we are looking at a frosty start. So not just a 2-minute scrape here. We're talking maybe an extra 5 to 10 minutes. I know my wife's car was just encased in frost this morning, so it's going to take a little time because it's cold as well. Here are the temperatures right now. 24 in Del Mar and Selbyville, 28 in Milton, 29 in Milford. These are actual temperatures, one of the colder mornings we've seen so far this season and early year, and we're looking at 20s and 30s on the coast. Thankfully, the winds are light, so that's a good thing. So the feels like temperatures pretty much like the actual temperature, which is cold. And we're seeing some high clouds. Otherwise, we're looking at a beautiful, quiet morning across Delmarva. It's just cold as we have high pressure back to our west. Now, there's another area of low pressure developing along the Texas Gulf Coast. This one will be moving along the Gulf Coast and then up the Carolina coast and then out to sea. So this one will miss us. It's the one after that that will not miss us into this weekend. Here's Futurecast this morning. Some high clouds and temperatures in the 30s, then lower 40s around noon. We'll be in and out of the filtered sunshine. Mid-40s for highs. That's about it. Maybe 45 to 47. Then the clouds increase this evening out ahead of that system that will be moving to our south. We'll be looking at the thicker clouds overnight. So that will keep the temperatures up into Thursday morning. So not as cold with lower 30s, maybe a sprinkle or two as we go into Thursday as that system moves to our south, and then the winds kick in and it gets pretty blustery and chilly into the afternoon. Temperatures only in the 40s, maybe some sun at that time. So let's talk about the storms. The first one just grazes us as we go into Thursday, and then the more important one for the weekend we think comes right up the coast. Still not really totally latched in on a track yet, but we think it comes pretty much right over Delmarva, and that means rain for us because it's sucking in all this warmer air off the ocean with this easterly wind. But D.C., I-95 up to New York and back into Pennsylvania, that's where the sweet spot will be for the snow, at least 4 to 8 inches there. A bigger storm for Long Island with snow in New England. But for us, it's rain, maybe ending as a little bit of snow flurry activity farther to our north, maybe a few flurries into Sussex County, but mainly rain and wind for us. And then we have another even more potent system that builds in on Tuesday into Wednesday, promising a lot of wind and heavy rain. So a very very active pattern on the way. But it's dry through Friday. Paul Davis 7-day forecast, 40s right through the weekend with 41 the coldest day on Friday with the rain and wind Saturday and Sunday. We get a break Monday and then warmer with heavier rain on Tuesday with a high of 55.
Reusable shopping bag at the Giant in Rehoboth Beach. Giant is promising to give back to a local cause. Family Promise of Southern Delaware says that $1 from every $2.50 reusable community bag will raise money for the organization.
And as we make our way into the new year, Rehoboth Beach is encouraging people to get their cameras out. Photos are now being accepted for 2024 Rehoboth Reflections Competition. This is where the winning photos will be featured in the city's 2025 calendar. City says photo entries are being accepted throughout the year to encourage submissions of photos from various seasons. Digital photos will only be accepted, and there is a limit of 3 entries per photographer each year.
It's now 6:49 this morning. We're going to check in again with our coastal pet of the day, brought to you by Maggie's Pet Boutique.
All right, we got 3 dogs who are the best of buds. We got Tina, 13-year-old Yorkshire Terrier that loves being carried around like the princess she is. Tucker, 4-year-old that loves playing with his 2-year-old buddy brother, Cody. They all love to spend time together, go on long walks. They do like to bark at everything. I like that too, Paige. And they were sent to us from Marie in Milford.
You like to bark at everything?
You know, as a Cleveland Browns fan, yes, I do.
Fair. I'm having too many laughs this morning. Okay, we want to see more of your pets on Delmarva. Keep sending us photos. Tell us what makes them so special.
Here is the email address. It's right there on your screen, and then you can watch weekdays from 5 to 7 a.m. to see all the pets we feature.
Weather-wise, a gorgeous sunrise on our Tyndall's Casual Furniture Cam. That is outstanding. Beautiful shot. The landscape is frosty. It's super cold this morning, and we're looking at a cold week and then a coastal storm this weekend, and then more rain into next week as the pattern gets very active. I'll have your 10-day forecast coming up after the break. Stay tuned.
It all started with a food truck and a dream of bringing excellent street food to our community. That dream became Tiki Jack's as we know it today. From mouth-watering street tacos to our signature sandwiches and street-inspired entrees, Tiki Jack's is the ultimate destination for comfort food by the shore. Whether you're dining out with family or looking for a fun night out with friends, stop by Tiki Jack's at Rehoboth Beach today for all your street eats and brews.
Imagine a knife taking this much abuse and didn't need sharpening. Introducing the incredible NutriBlade knives. They're coated with granite stone non-stick and made of stainless steel, one of the hardest substances on Earth. Now everyone can chop, slice, and dice just like a pro. The Easy Grip rubberized handles deliver incredible control and accuracy to chop salads in seconds and cut frozen solid meat with ease and get razor-thin slices every time. The non-stick surface means food slides right off and they're dishwasher safe. Plus, they'll stay razor sharp guaranteed. A complete set of chef knives can cost you hundreds, but today you can get this professional 6-piece set of NutriBlades for just $29.95. Order right now and we'll even ship them to you free. Now get your own NutriBlade knives from Granite Stone. The last knives you'll ever buy.
Call 1-800-645-8074 or go to buynutriblade.com.
Wheel of Fortune has been my favorite show thanks to my grandmother.
My mom. 2 kids. My wife.
We watch it every night.
Fun for the whole family. Mama made it! Mama, he made it!
Wednesday at 7 on CoastTV.
Next Jeopardy!
Second chance!
Ken's Magic Mug.
We took a photo.
I was looking good, you were looking good.
Gets major mileage.
I put it on my dating app profile. You've got a lot of fans out there.
Wednesday at 7:30 on CoastTV.
Get ready to soar with the Hawks. Delmarva Sports Network is your exclusive home for UMES Hawks basketball. From the first whistle to the final buzzer, DSN will take you courtside. Experience the excitement of both the men's and women's teams with every dribble, steal, and three-pointer. To see the schedule or watch the games, go to delmarvasportsnetwork.com or download the DSN app. Join us all season long only on the Delmarva Sports Network, your exclusive home for UMES Hawks basketball.
After a month when togetherness and families are celebrated, loneliness can be especially poignant this time of year. One group particularly impacted are the elderly.
Yeah, definitely. The CDC reports 1/4 of people over the age of 65 report being lonely, and that feeling can result in a faster mental decline, increased risk of heart attacks, even death. As Alexa Lorenzo shows us now, in this season of giving, possibly the best gift is making wishes come true, no matter your age.
I had been retired for 6 months. Then I started getting tremors.
Jerry Hyland feared her newfound freedom would be cut short by Parkinson's.
I thought my life is over as I know it.
But instead of giving up, she found hope.
We believe that aging is universal and should be celebrated.
Wish of a Lifetime's mission to make sure our elderly know they're not forgotten.
And through the granting of a wish, we are able to reconnect and celebrate those older Americans.
At 86 years young, Edward Walton, an Air Force veteran, was granted a trip to our nation's capital.
I wouldn't know what Washington, D.C. looked like except on TV and the radio.
At 74, Wish of a Lifetime helped Howard fulfill his Broadway dream.
To life!
Over 15 years, the nonprofit has granted more than 2,500 wishes, with over 90% of the seniors saying they have more purpose and more meaning in their lives afterwards, which goes to prove
maybe it isn't too late to stop dreaming.
For Jerry, her wish came true too.
Whee!
She got back on a bike, something she hadn't done in 20 years.
I love it. I love it. I get every chance I get on it.
I'm Alexa Lorenzo reporting.
It's now 6:54. It's time for some things you need to know before you go. A 21-year-old woman is facing felony charges after an alleged hate crime against employees at a Laurel restaurant. Delaware State Police say this all started when Ayanna Winstead placed an order over the phone at Taco Ciabella on December 29th. Troopers say Winstead called the restaurant later to argue about her order and made racial statements towards staff. She threatened to shoot them and blow up the restaurant. Winstead was charged for a hate crime, which is a felony, and 4 counts of terroristic threatening.
Well, NBC News has learned that a senior Hamas leader has been killed in Lebanon by a drone strike. 2 other members of Hamas were also reportedly killed, several others injured in this strike. Lebanon and Hamas are both blaming Israel for the strike, but Israel has yet to take responsibility.
Comments are being accepted on a proposed boating speed limit in the Isle of White Bay. The current 6-knot speed limit is effective at all times for Isle of White Bay. The Maryland Department of Natural Resources says it received a request to extend the current area. The agency says the requester attributes an increased number of boaters in the summer, creating an excessive and dangerous wake. The comment period on this closes January 29th.
Dredging for the Lewis-Rehoboth Canal. It's not going to be complete until the end of this month. That's a delay from the original completion time of December. That's after work began in October. The dredging will take place there every day from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Okay, so I was waiting for the
video
of the pig. That's why we're laughing. It's supposed to be a video of a pig that Ohio patrols were asked to catch after the pig ran away.
It's the story that won't die, Paige. The escapee, name unknown, was on the loose in a McDonald's parking lot Friday.
There it is. Now you see why we're laughing. In the end, the pig was placed in his cage. Troopers were able to say their goodbyes. You know what's scary, though? He was at a McDonald's. I wonder what they were trying to do with that pig. Just saying.
I am gonna go with it. Dare I say the McRib?
Oh, no wonder.
That was so bad, Matt. That was so bad.
It was awesome. I would run away too if I was that pig stuck in a McDonald's parking lot.
All
okay.
right.
Well, let's move on. It's 6:56. Time for a quick look at your forecast before you head out your door.
We got one final check with First Alert meteorologist Bob Trahey. McRib, Bob?
A little bacon?
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. Where'd the pig go? I don't know. We have a lot of bacon over here. Well, okay. Anyway, so crazy story. We are looking at frosty conditions this morning. We're looking at temperatures into the 20s, and we are looking at a cold day. Temperatures into the 40s with some filtered sunshine. Here's your Paul Davis 10-day forecast. 46 Thursday, cold Friday. Then we've got the system for the weekend with rain and wind. We dry it out Monday, and then we've got another system with more rain Tuesday into Wednesday.
All right, Bob. Thank you so much, and thanks for joining us on Coast TV News today.
Today's show is coming up next at 7 a.m.
That's right. We'll be back with Coast TV midday at 11, so stick around.
And for more news and coverage you can count on, don't forget to download our Coast TV apps. Have a great Wednesday, everybody.